drop, and painuser's just going to be able to evacuate this Thor. Up in the thing, Thor transforms and rolls out, goes into semi-truck form, just kind of drives across the map, just over this water in this little medevac thing, and it's just going to get repaired in like 2 seconds. And going to be back there doing a billion damage in no time. But Shuffle does have drop. We will see if Shuffle is just able to completely hoard this out. painuser has like nothing defending this entire part of his base. But I mean, these tech structures are completely not essential. The starport is fairly necessary because medevacs are pretty cool when you get a billion of them. And these production facilities are fairly awesome. But if he like came over here and dropped the supply depots for painuser, that would be pretty cool. Just because Terran are kind of weak in the supply depots. Because it kind of halts production. Or if you drop the production structures, just because all of painuser stuff is at that low ground. I mean, if he just dropped everything here, he would just do so much damage to painuser zombie, but it does look like he is not going to drop. He's just going to move out conventionally. Despite having this awesome tech, he is not going to use it, which is a shame. And painuser, or Shuffle has grabbed the 9 o'clock main with a hatchery. And painuser does not know about this yet. So Shuffle's definitely going to stand a chance of being able to pull ahead. A sensor tower actually coming out for painuser, just because Shuffle cannot build sensor towers. That's a little bit of an interesting position, just because he's completely vulnerable to drops all up in here. Wow, that changeling got pwned. 29 kills on that Thor. Does look like Shuffle's about to lose an here, but he knows exactly what painuser's doing. He knows that he is up against standard Marine, Medivac, Marauder, and one Thor that's being pretty manly. And he knows that this Roach Hydra little doohickey thing probably isn't really going to cut it, just because there's all this stuff up for painuser. Painuser coming in for a drop, and Shuffle is not going to be able to scout this until it's like way too late. A couple of Hydras and a couple of Roaches are up for Shuffle on this little thing, but dropships have like a billion health in this game. And so one dropship does go down, but that's before dropping everything else. I've got 150, there's not like a billion, but they're still so hard to kill compared to the stuff that's in them. Because the things that attack there are relatively limited, and most of your units are like, hey, I'm going to shoot marauders anyway. And it's really not that great to focus down the medevacs. Shuffle is going to be able to respond and just drop all of the stuff off on the high ground, but painuser's just moving to the low ground, and he's just going to be able to skedaddle out of range of this little green banana, because he doesn't really care about defending this hatchery. He can just move out and force Shuffle to redrop. Painuser, it looks like he's actually losing all the stuff. Not the best, not the most damage in the world. He did do a fair amount of damage. There's a bunch of dead drones and several dead things for Shuffle, several dead army units, but in the meantime, painuser does get off a scout on this hatchery at the 9 o'clock main, and he's going to lose an SCV to a bunch of Roaches, just because SCVs, even though they're in like little fighting-looking mech things, and you'd think that they'd have like awesome armor and like power tools and rocket launchers strapped to them, they don't, which is really lame. I mean, I know every time I play a Terran, I'm like, oh my god, there's like guys in these little mechs. What do? They mine things and they build things, and they're completely worthless in combat. Compared to like everything except probes and drones, if the guy doesn't micro them at all. But if they do micro the probes and the drones, then your SCVs die, despite being in a freaking awesome suit. I mean, they were awesome, but they got nerfed just because they were too good, according to Blizzard. Which, I mean, the reasoning was kind of good. Planetary Fortress coming in for painuser's fresh expansion at the 12 o'clock main. Shuffle, in the meantime, is just kind of tooling around with his Roach Hider force, which will not cut it against Marine Marauder. He really needs some infestors. He needs some upgrades. He's at 0-0, which is terrible, and painuser's at 2-0, which is freaking awesome, and he's got stim, and just pure Roach Hider just dies to similar numbers of Marine, Marauder, Medivac, and it looks like, wow, I missed some Thor action. I believe there were 2 spine crawlers up here, and there are none any longer. There's only one. It looks like painuser is just skedaddling with his Thor, because Shuffle is moving up with a bunch of Zerglings. Thors do not do so hot against large numbers of Zerglings unless they're microed like freaking perfectly. Painuser is just tooling around, getting ready to drop the other banana, not dropping the other banana because he realizes that nothing is in range. Although there is money in the banana stand. Shuffle does have an Infestor, which is definitely going to help him against the Marines, if not the Marauders. And he can definitely look for an opportunity to catch painuser a little bit out of position, which he really should be doing anyway. Just like splitting his army and then sandwiching him. Roar. I'd love to see more Zerglings out for Shuffle, honestly. And oh my gosh, Thor drop. 38 kills? Holy crap, what did I miss at that expo? He must have gotten a billion drones. And by a billion, I mean 9. About 9. And 1 spine crawler. And look how much health it has. Like, it's not dead yet. There were no SCVs up there to repair it. You can't fit any more SCVs in that one medevac. And it's just going to be picked up. 39 kills on the Thor. It's not even upgraded. Like, holy poop. Shuffle, like, is just tooling around outside of Sensor Tower range, but painuser doesn't really care. Painuser's just like, man, I am so manly. Shuffle is not taking this island. I really think he should, just because he only has to defend against Thor drops, which he kind of has to defend everything else against anyway. Looks like Shuffle's gearing up for a drop, but he's not gearing up for a drop. He's really just moving his overlords over his forces, maybe to make painuser think that he's gearing up for a drop. A little bit of an interesting choice. Shuffle also is floating a billion gas right now. He's got 1,500 gas. That could be a bunch of infestors, which would give him a decent opportunity to mind control this amazing Thor, which is coming in for a drop on the green banana. Right here. There's like 2 lings there, but 2 lings are going to die in 2 hits. Bam, ling dead. Another ling dead. Actually got that one up. 41 kills on the Thor, but Shuffle does infestors, so we're going to see what happens here. Wow, it's just going straight for the hatch. What a baller Thor. It's going to kill that hatchery. 300 health. And the Thor is going to... Oh my gosh, the Thor's mind controlled. What are you doing, Thor? What are you doing? You are shooting your own Marauder. And if Shuffle is just not retarded, he's got a Thor for the rest of the game. Unless he moves it. Oh my god. Move it back, move it back. No! What are you doing? Wow. So when you're mind controlling things, what you do is you, like Thor's, like really important things, and you're going in for an attack at the same time. Wow, fungal growth on a bunch of marauders. Marauders have a bunch of health though, and they're just going to get picked up immediately. Shuffle is trying to move all of his roaches into range, but while he's doing this, all these marauders are just tearing them to pieces. GG coming out of Shuffle, and an ARG. He hates Thor drop. 41 kills, that's like... We pop on over to units lost. We can see that that is a third, more than a third, nearly